Thank you, everybody, for joining us this evening. My name is Amy Hofkemeyer. I am the Director of Setting and Compliance for FSEC. It looks like we have a pretty small group tonight. From the FSEC team, we have Sean Green, our siting specialist, not our siting specialist, our SEPA specialist, overseeing the project. We also have Adrian Barker, Andrea Grantham, and Joan Owens supporting us this evening, and Alex Shiley. And our consultant is on the line with us as well. So that's the team that we have with us this evening. Can you go ahead and open the slides for me? Thank you. So to get us started, a little bit of FSEC history. FSEC was created in 1970 for the siting of thermal power plants. The intent was to create a one-stop permitting agency for large energy facilities. FSEC is comprised of state and local government members who review each application before voting to make a council recommendation to the governor. If recommending approval, the package to the governor includes a draft site certification agreement, or SCA, which defines all pre-construction, construction, and operations plans. Next slide. So the legislation that brings us here this evening in 2023, SSB 5165 passed directing FSEC to prepare a non-project environmental review of electrical transmission facilities of 230 kilovolts or greater. A programmatic environmental impact statement, or PEIS, is a type of non-project environmental review used for the planning under the State Environmental Policy Act, or SEPA. Programmatic EIS does a few things. One, it provides information for project applicants, SEPA lead agencies, permitting agencies, tribes, interested parties, and the public. It also helps developers understand potential impacts and make siting and design choices that could avoid or minimize impacts at an early phase of project consideration. A point to note is that a programmatic EIS does not replace the requirement for a project-specific environmental review. Third, a programmatic EIS identifies effective, relevant, and available mitigation that may be used to reduce adverse environmental impacts. Next slide, please. Thank you. Currently, FSEC is seeking scoping comments starting June 28th through July 28th. The scoping phase of the programmatic EIS considers transmission statewide. Based on input received during scoping, FSEC will consider the broad geographic areas where transmission facilities are likely to be built. After scoping, FSEC will determine the geographic area study and use it as the basis of analysis that will be performed in the draft programmatic EIS. There's also a transmission corridor work group report that will be used as part of the consideration. Resources under consideration include earth resources, including seismic hazards, air quality, water resources, vegetation, wildlife and habitat, energy and natural resources, land and shoreline use, including agricultural and ranching uses, historic and cultural resources, and elements of the environment relevant to tribal rights, interests, and resources, including tribal cultural resources and fish and wildlife and their habitat. Visual aspects, noise and vibration, recreation, public health and safety, transportation, public services and utilities, socioeconomics, and cumulative impacts. As mentioned, we are currently in the scoping period through July 28th. Comments received will be used to develop our draft programmatic EIS that will be issued for public comment, and this is anticipated to occur in late 2024. Comments received on the draft programmatic EIS will then be used to inform the development of a final PEIS. Once there's a schedule for that activity, it will be updated on the FSEC project website. I'd like to mention two other non-project environmental reviews currently in work. The Washington Department of Ecology has also been tasked by the legislature to conduct reviews of wind, solar, and green hydrogen facilities. Those efforts are underway, and if you'd like to check on their status, please visit Ecology's Programmatic EIS website. There's a link to that site on the FSEC Transmission Programmatic EIS site as well. Before I conclude my presentation this evening, I'd like to remind everyone how they can submit comments for this proposal. Comments may be submitted to our online comment database at comments.fsec.wa.gov. Comments may also be submitted by postal mail to our office at 621 Woodland Square Loop, P.O. Box 43172, Olympia, Washington 98504-3172. Progress updates and future opportunities for public engagement will be posted on the project website, as well as noticed to the project mailing list. Anyone interested can join the mailing list on the project website or by contacting the FSEC main office at fsec@fsec.wa.gov or 360-664-1345. That concludes my presentation. Did we have anybody sign up to speak this evening?
This is Andrea Grantham from FSEC. I do not have anyone signed up to speak this evening.
Okay. I would like to open it up if there's anybody on the call who would like to give comment this evening. Could you please unmute yourself and speak up? Well, if there's nobody on the line who would like to speak up right now, I would propose that we take a few-minute break to give other people an opportunity to call in. So I will plan to check in with the group in about 5 minutes at 5:15. And if nobody else has joined us or would like to submit comment at that time, I will conclude this meeting early. And also for those just joining us, the slides from this evening, if you missed the presentation, are available on the project website. I'll ask again if anybody else wants to provide a comment. Hearing none, I will thank everybody for their time this evening. I encourage everybody to take a look at the scoping memo. We are still receiving comments on these through the 28th. Please submit any comments you have on scoping so that we can consider them. And we will wrap up the meeting early tonight. Thank you.